Kosovo authorities bear responsibility for the current unrest, plus political stability augurs well for the state's economy. And UGA reassures that no one is left behind. Those are the headlines for tonight. You're now with me, Hendy Gui, and this is TVS Nightline. French President Emmanuel Macron demands Kosovo to take responsibility and address the situation immediately. During a meeting with Slovak President Zuzana Kaputova, Macron hopes to meet several key persons to help curb the situation, including the leaders of Kosovo and Serbia. Violence erupts after an Albanian mayor was appointed in Kosovo's northern area, a Serbian majority population.
Et nous avons très clairement signifié aux autorités kosovares que c'était une erreur de procéder à ces élections dans le cadre qui était celui-ci, comme vous le savez, d'une quasi-non-participation. Et je souhaite que nous puissions demain, en marge de la communauté politique européenne, avec le chancelier Scholz, comme nous l'avions fait en marge de la session à Prague, voir ensemble et la présidente kosovare et le président serbe. Mais très clairement, il y a une responsabilité des autorités kosovares dans la situation actuelle et un non-respect d'un accord qui était pourtant important et qui avait été scellé il y a juste quelques semaines.
Akékoľvek nepokoje spojené s násilím v európskom priestore sú potenciálne nebezpečné. Ja pevne dúfam a verím, že medzinárodná misia, ktorá pôsobí v tomto regióne so súhlasom všetkých aktérov, pomôže zastabilizovať situáciu a upokojiť situáciu. Veľmi chcem oceniť aj prácu slovenského diplomata, ktorý je špeciálnym vyslancom Európskej únie, pán Lajčák, ktorý dlhodobo v tomto regióne pôsobí a vyvíja maximálne úsilie na to, aby tá situácia mala pokojný priebeh.
Situation worsened after April elections, which were boycotted by many Serbians, which meant victory to Albanian candidates in 4 areas populated majorly by Serbians. Statistically, about 90% of the population in Kosovo are Albanians, but northern Serbians have long demanded the implementation of an EU-brokered 2013 deal for the creation of an association of autonomous municipalities in their area.
Following the unrest in Kosovo, its Prime Minister Albin Kurti said he does not intend to remove any elected mayors in northern Kosovo from their position. Instead, an early election would be possible to remedy the situation.
So what I'm doing is my duty. There are parallel structures in the northern part of our country. If I would now order mayors to leave that office into another office, somewhere elsewhere, it would be as if I am engaging in creating sort of a parallel structure to parallel structures, copying their method. I would join their illegality. I cannot do that. What we can do within law and still doing politics is, at some point, early elections. This is what we can do. But we cannot say that these mayors are not mayors. International community, with a general consensus, accepted the process of elections and its results. They accepted these mayors giving their oath. How come that you now dispute these mayors when they want to enter certain building, which happens to be public official one?
Kurti also disclosed that the Serbian army deployed in the border is an incredible emotional show of internal politics, which possesses zero power. The clash that took place on Monday has prompted the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, to deploy 700 more troops to Kosovo to boost its 4,000-strong mission.
Sarawak's political stability has enabled the state government to focus on bolstering the state's economic growth. Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg, attributed that the unity practiced among multiracial communities in Sarawak has allowed the ruling coalition to accelerate the state's economic growth.
Pada tahun lepas, pendapatan Sarawak meningkat kepada 12 bilion ringgit membanding 7.62 bilion ringgit pada 2021. Dan dalam suku pertama 2023 iaitu tahun ini, Sarawak telah memungut 5.004 bilion hasil pendapatan negeri.
He said this in his Gawai Dayak 2023 celebration message. At the same time, Abang Johari also expressed confidence in the future of Sarawak's younger generation, in which he visualizes a brighter new economy development program based on technology, data and innovation. In this respect, he cited Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim's recent speech, which stated that Sarawak was somewhat ahead of other states in its move to explore an economy based on resource sustainability.
Umpamanya, Sarawak sudah mempunyai sedikit keupayaan untuk menghasilkan gas hidrogen yang digunakan beberapa buah bas dan kenderaan yang dikuasakan oleh sel bahan api hidrogen. Di samping itu, Sarawak baru-baru ini juga terbukti berupaya mengeluarkan minyak bersifat hijau bagi keperluan industri penerbangan daripada alga ataupun lumut yang telah digunakan oleh pesawat Airbus untuk pertama kalinya bagi penerbangan dari Kuching ke Langkawi.
Abang Johari acknowledged that while it might be difficult for some quarters to believe that algae can produce fuel, with the involvement of large companies from Japan as well as Petronas, Airbus and the Aerospace Malaysia Innovation Centre, AMIC, together with partners from Sarawak, it is without a doubt that algae will have a significant impact on Sarawak's sustainable economy in the future.
Now, Sarawak Deputy Premier Dato' Amar Douglas Ugah Embas pointed out that the state government, under the leadership of the visionary Sarawak Premier Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg, has produced rapid development while safeguarding political stability and racial harmony. Under the post-COVID-19 development strategy PCDS 2030, social inclusion has been outlined as one of the main pillars of the policy, hence further proof that the state does not leave anyone behind, regardless of their race and religion.
This is to ensure no one will be left out from enjoying the fruit of development. This is definitely not mere rhetoric, but is implemented and practiced.
Ugah added that this is further proven through the setting up of units for other religions with 100 million ringgit allocation this year, in addition to the establishment of 9 development agencies covering all regions in the state, with each allocated 1.5 billion ringgit. Meanwhile, in conjunction with the Gawai Dayak celebration, he appealed to all Dayaks to stay united with all other races in the spirit of the celebration.
My family and I would like to wish all Dayak selamat menyambut Hari Gawai Dayak. Gayo guru geranya mai lantang senang nguan menua.
He expressed hope that the people will continue to unite and support the GPS government in line with the vision of a developed state by 2030.
The unity among Sarawakians has been recognized by the federal government when Sarawak was selected to host the National Level Unity Week on May 21st. Head of State, His Excellency Tun Pehin Sri Abdul Taib Mahmud said, "Unity is our heritage and it must be preserved and protected at its best."
The racial tolerance and mutual respect among the 27 ethnic groups in Sarawak is a living testament of harmony in diversity.
Kita di Sarawak harus merasa bangga dengan keunikan adat bersam yang pelbagai kepercayaan di antara kaum di Sarawak dan tercinta ini.
Taib, in his Gawai Dayak 2023 video message, called on Sarawakians, especially the Dayak community, such as the Iban, Bidayu and Orang Ulu, to firmly uphold their respective customs and culture so that these diverse identities will continue to become Sarawak's unique heritage. He also encourages fellow Sarawakians of all races to continue the visiting culture during Gawai Dayak to further strengthen the racial harmony.
Saya juga ingin mengambil kesempatan untuk merakamkan penghargaan kepada Kerajaan Sarawak di bawah kepimpinan Premier Sarawak yang amat berhormat Datuk Petinggi Tan Sri Haji Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari bin Tun Datuk Openg kerana sentiasa berfikir ke hadapan bagi memastikan Sarawak terus maju menjelang tahun 2030 melalui post-COVID development strategy yang telah dirangka sebelum ini.
Thus, he called on Sarawakians to join hands with the state government to ensure the sustainable development of Sarawak in line with Sarawak's motto, Sarawak Maju Makmur.
Premier of Sarawak Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg described the Hari Gawai celebration to be a unifying point for all. In his Hari Gawai message, Abang Johari said Gawai is part and parcel of the Dayak community's identity and that it could be used as a platform to foster enhanced unity as well as exchange visions and ideas for the future.
Thus, he called upon the Dayak community to play a more active involvement in Sarawak's development, noting that the Dayak community possesses the biggest assets through land ownerships, which could be used to generate income. As the current Premier, Abang Johari said he is also responsible to bring every single community on par in terms of development and assured that the government, under Gabungan Parti Sarawak GPS, would continue to provide infrastructure facilities to support the development in rural areas. He added the Dayak community in rural areas now lives comfortably compared to 30 years ago due to rapid economic development. The Premier also urges the younger generations to participate in Sarawak's new economy, which is based on technology, data and innovation. Abang Johari and wife, Dato' Ahmad Jumaani Tuanku Bujang, will join the Dayak leaders at the Hari Gawai Open House at the Borneo Convention Centre, Kuching, BCCK tomorrow.
The Dayak's rich cultural and traditional heritage must be upheld in the highest regard as they are sacred and central to its identity. In his Gawai Dayak message, Deputy Premier Dato' Amar Douglas Ugah Mbas expressed his deepest appreciation to the various associations, clubs and non-governmental organizations in Sarawak for their continuous efforts in preserving and promoting the culture.
Having attended numerous pre-Gawai gatherings and dinners, Ugah said he is mesmerized by the vibrant cultural presentations such as sape, ajat, puakumbu, and kuntau martial arts, as well as the native cuisines on display. Ugah also extended his appreciation to the Bidayu and Orang Ulu communities who also shared the same passion and commitment in preserving their culture. Noting the challenges brought about by the advent of new digital technologies, he appealed to the Dayak community to take this Gawai Dayak celebration as an opportunity to strengthen their own unity and with all other races, by continuing the tradition of ngabang, or visiting each other's open house. In conjunction with Sarawak's 60th independence, Ugah noted that Sarawak had undergone major transformation and witnessed rapid socio-economic development in sectors such as communications, health, education, economic, and social sectors. Thus, he called upon Sarawakians to stay united and continue to support the government in its effort to develop Sarawak as a high-income region by 2030. Similarly, he called upon those returning home for the Gawai holidays to take all the necessary precautions to ensure their safety.
Traveling by boat is no longer the main option, as locals can now drive their own vehicles back home for the Gawai celebration with ease in areas such as Cebu, Kapit, Sarikei, Bintulu and Marudi, equipped with a conducive road network facility. Sarawak Deputy Premier Dato' Amar Douglas Ugahamba said the development was made possible under the state government's leadership during Sarawak's 60 years of independence.
UGA said that by 2025, Sarawak will have better road network system with the implementation of the Pan-Borneo Trunk Road and Second Trunk Road or Coastal Highway.
For the record, by the year 2025, Sarawak will have even better road network. Apart from the Pan-Borneo Trunk Road, the GPS state government is in the midst of implementing the Second Trunk Road Coastal Highway project, costing total of ringgit Malaysia 11 billion. The packages include 11 bridges costing ringgit Malaysia 4 billion. These are all expected to be ready by 2025.
He also added that the state had undergone major transformation in socio-economic aspects of telecommunication, health and education. This includes lowering the poverty rate from 47.8% in 1976 to 9% in 2019, achieving 97.9% in electrification rate and 67.2% in water supply rate in rural areas. Meanwhile, for Project Rakyat, UGA said his Ministry of Port and Infrastructure Development has been tasked to carry out 229 projects with costs totaling about 9 billion ringgit.
This comprises 121 road project, 50 bridges, 53 buildings, 4 jetties, and a bubbling stall port costing ringgit 296 million. Of the 229 projects, 98 or 43% has been completed, 53 under construction, which is 23%, and 34% or 78 are currently at the pre-contract stage.
According to UGA, the infrastructure will spur the economy and at the same time improving the standard of living. Commenting further, the construction of the Sabah-Sarawak Link Road Phase 1 has begun with a 398-kilometre road project divided into 4 phases connecting Miri, Limbang and Lawas, in which the construction progress is on schedule and expected to be completed by January 2026. At the same time, he informed that the Public Works Department has set up its road maintenance unit to monitor the proper upkeep of the rural roads, with Baram being selected as the location to begin the pilot project.
The unity and racial tolerance practiced by all communities in Sarawak serve as an example for others to emulate. In his Gawai Dayak message, National Unity Minister Dato' Aaron Agodagang said it is more evident now, especially since the country is governed by a unity coalition. Let's take a look.
Pengeraming itu hari gawai, mai reti pengawak udah tembuk ngetau keukai semina pemadu berguna untuk bangsa Iban, temaga bangsa Bukai nyikawam pedayuh serta etnik Bukai. Nalai Sarawak dibilang ngop nyarkup pupu harapan bangsa. Sarawak ngumuan mayuh bengkah etnik tidur dalam penyarkup serta segulai sejalai. Kita berarti bisi orang kedai makai nak ngira bangsa ulih duduk makai semija serta ulih segulai sejalai. Bukai sebenarnya alai pakaian kereta di Masjid Am Naim Lutong ngau komuniti Kristian di gereja Paris Pekut Sepet Lutuang uliah berkongsi nyok ke uliah ngegap ke penyerkup antara kedua-dua bangsa kita di Sarawak. Kita juga berarti ke lebuah ngintu atau ke nyambut pengerami perkara ting rindu hati kita no semua kita uliah ngabang ngagai pengaljuri kelimpah harinya sidak tiba pengarap Kristian atau ke pengarap buka Islam sidak sanggup mudah makai ti halal ngambil kekaban sidak ke bangsa Islam uliah datang ngabang nyalai penyerkup antara buku ramat bangsa tu tahu jadi ke warisan budaya kita di Sarawak. Kemudian aku ngari ke kami sebilik meri selamat gawai nagai semua kita kenentu gawai kayu guru gerai nyamai ngwan menua ha.
For most, a festive season is time to spend with family and friends. However, for some, it means sacrificing their own holidays to serve others and seizing the opportunity in making a living. In honoring their service, TVS spoke to two individuals as they shared their stories and what to anticipate for the upcoming Gawai Daya celebration.
Jute Mera is one of the 7 bus drivers sacrificing his holidays to ferry locals to Bintango town. He also confided not taking days off during celebratory seasons as it happens to be peak seasons for holiday makers and staff who wish to reunite with their loved ones.
Sebab pemandu bas tu walaupun hari raya hari gawai memang saya dapat sebab saya cuti. Bakal cuti saya dapat pemandu bas. Udah ya kalau lepas macam kita macam tu hari gawai tu bagi orang pemandu bantu lah hanya 1 bulan 2 bulan buatnya off. Sebab masa tu orang banyak balik dah yang sebab cuti. Bagi majikan siapan jualnya cuti lah sebab saya dah pemandu.
The bus driver shared that Gawai meant a busy schedule for him as express buses are high in demand during Gawai.
Sebagai pemandu bas hebat, orang balik gawai itu start dari 26 bulan, bas memang penuh. Semua bas penuh. Jadi penumpang ada yang dapat tiket yang akhir last minute sampai 31 bulan buat balik. Sebab semua tiket dah penuh. Yang booking awal tu ikut jadual lah. Kalau last minute saya booking memang saya tunggu 31 lah lastnya. Sebab 31 malam malam gawai. That's it last.
A craft vendor observes that the season's rush hour means customers throng the central bus station with their last-minute accessories shopping, a good indication for her business. However, the crowd also means she would have to man her booth throughout Gawai, a sacrifice she has to make of spending less time with her family this festivity to cater for returning passengers to Kuching after the celebration.
Ya, sebabnya dekat dengan bus, terminal bus. Orang balik orang balik dari Miri ke situ, ada yang dari situ balik ke kampung Miri ke Serike ke macam lah. Bentulu memang ramai lah orang dekat situ datang situ. Ya, sebelumnya tidak baliknya memang jalan-jalan dekat situ. Start dari berapa hari 17 hari bulan kah kami dekat situ sampai 4 hari bulan lah.
Coming up right after the break, unity government to resolve all issues and EU open for engagement over deforestation regulation. Right here on TVS Nightline, stay tuned. Welcome back. Now, the unity government is determined to resolve infrastructure problems faced by states, including Sabah. However, Prime Minister Dr. Sri Anwar Ibrahim said the federal government would require close cooperation from states to ensure proper planning and smooth implementation of projects to overcome such problems, including those concerning water supply, road and education.
Maka saya telah beri keputusan esok pagi insya-Allah saya akan bersuara tinggi mereka persekutuan dan negeri untuk menyelesaikan masalah air bersama dengan kerajaan.
He said this when speaking at the closing ceremony of Pesta Keamatan 2023 at Dewan Hongkod Khoi Saan, Kadazan Dusun Cultural Association KDCA on Wednesday. Adding further, Anwar said action has been taken to ensure that the Pan-Borneo Highway project, as well as road repair and maintenance works in Sabah, could be implemented speedily for the benefit of the people in the state. He said to smoothen the implementation, part of the repair and maintenance works would be handed over to the state government in accordance with national financial regulations and policies. On May 16th, 3rd Deputy Chief Minister Dato' Shahilmi Yahya, who is also State Works Minister, was reported as saying that 15 work packages under Phase 1 of the Sabah Pan-Borneo Highway project, which has reached 79.06% construction, were scheduled to be fully completed at the end of next year.
Now wrapping up the Nightline, the European Union EU is open for engagement to address issues raised by the Council of Palm Oil Producing Countries CPOPC on the unjust European Union Deforestation Regulation EUDR, which is detrimental to the free and fair trade. Deputy Prime Minister Dr. Sri Fadila Yusof, who is currently on a joint mission to the EU, described the first meeting as a step forward, adding that continuous engagement in the coming months is crucial to safeguard the industry's interests, especially for the smallholders in Malaysia and Indonesia.
Fadila, who is also the Minister of Plantation and Commodities, said EU leaders took the views of the CPOPC seriously as it highlighted that discriminatory and unilateral actions such as the EUDR would have a negative impact on the smallholders. He added that the CPOPC wants the EU to recognize efforts that have been made towards ensuring the sustainable production of palm oil in producing countries in coming up with the guidelines for the EUDR. For Malaysia, it includes initiatives to stop cultivation in peatland areas and tightening regulations on existing oil palm plantations on peatland, banning the conversion of forest reserves for oil palm cultivation, and the pledge to provide a map of oil palm plantations for public access. Fadila also highlighted Malaysia's commitment to net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2050. And to maintaining at least 50% forest cover as pledged at the Rio Earth Summit in 1992. He also emphasized that the Malaysian government is committed to key policies related to sustainable palm oil. He stressed that any mechanism to be used in the future needs to involve producing countries, industry players, representatives from non-governmental organizations and smallholders to ensure clarity in terms of the guidelines issued and will not marginalize any party in the value chain. Noting that the EU representatives will be coming to Indonesia and Malaysia to engage with the stakeholders.
And that's all for TVS Nightline. On behalf of TVS, I would like to wish those celebrating a Selamat Hari Gawai, Gayu Guru Gerai Nyamai. I'm Handy Gui. Thank you for watching.